Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in real quick now. Give me 1 second now. I forgot right before I did this here. Invite the Lord in the room. Now, normally I do that before I start, but sometimes I'm just flowing. I'm moving too fast. Now, I shot a video earlier and I had on a different hat. Got a different hat, but this hat here is from one of the supporters on here. See, it say TG, Gail P Designs, I think is the name. But she made this here for me, and then on the back, I think it say My Mentor Life. I think. Now I can't really look at it right now because my hair ain't cut. Uh so we moving right on. Got another letter, and it says the first line is, "I apologize. This is so long, but it's actually spaced out like two spaces, one line, two spaces, one line, two spaces. So it's actually not really as long as I normally see when it's all jumbled together in that same length." "Hi Tony, I apologize. This is so long. I am 50 years old, and my daughter's father is 51. I just realized this year he is a grown boy and always has been. I met him 33 years ago, and we were each other's first love. He wanted to marry me when I was 18 because he was really in love with me, but I wasn't ready. We were on and off roughly 31 years. On and off roughly 31 years and have always loved each other. His family really liked me and my family liked him. I had another child with another man, DV relationship, DV. I had another child with another man, DV relationship, in 1998. He was crushed. In 2003, he asked me to have a baby for him, and I told him no. He told me he didn't want anyone else to have his child and would double cover up because he did not want kids with anyone else. However, in 2006, he found someone to have a baby for him, and I was crushed. Still in love with him. We started up our relationship again after the birth of his daughter, Mistake, and it's never been the same. He told me he did not want any more kids when I got pregnant in 2007. Oh, that's when my first son was born. I was like, "Oh Lord, you 50. I'm 37. We having kids in the same year." Which is still something now. That was, okay, yeah. No. We 50 in 2020. So 13 years ago. Okay, and not 40, 37. Okay, 37. Still good. I mean, it ain't, 37. You definitely still can have a child, of course, but that's a little late down the road, which I understand. He told you he didn't want any more kids when I got pregnant in 2007. Then I really saw him for who he was. He even lived with my mom for 3 years rent free until I put him out 5 months after her death in 2016. He has had addiction issues for many, many years, not to mention smoking cigarettes since the age of 18. Earlier in the year, he started acting indifferent and strange around me when I would drop my daughter off in a public place. He also started talking and treating me and like someone he hasn't known most of his life. He won't get too close or look me in the eye anymore. In May of this year, I found out why. He has a friend with benefits. He denies it's his girlfriend. She is about 20 to 25 years younger than him. I was emotionally sick and cried for 5 straight days. This year I found your videos and realized he is a narcissistic, lying, insecure grown boy who needs Jesus. He spent $600 on his little girlfriend and her kids and gives her lots of money, etc. He never spent $600 on me. I have had a soul tie with him all these years and didn't know that that's what it was that kept me tied to him. I thought it was love, but I still love him, and he says he still loves me. But he's not in love with me anymore as of 2 years ago, and it shows. He has been extremely emotionally abusive to me and our daughter, and she has daddy issues and behavioral problems. I have been depressed since I had our daughter because he has been angry with me ever since. My daughter feels he is bipolar. She may be right. All he does is buy her shoes, jewelry, clothes, etc. He does not talk to her about life and acts like nothing is wrong. She only wants money from him because that's what he has shown her. That's what has shown her. Excuse me, I'm trying to read through whenever there's a little typo. My question is, after wasting many, many years of my life, how can I stop loving him for good and not feel painfully anxious when I have to see him because of our daughter? He doesn't know where we live. I have blocked his number and am trying to distance myself like he has. I hope I never have to call him for anything for the next 5 years. He communicates through our daughter, who is 13. Thank you for ministering from your heart in love and keeping it real and raw, not to mention opening my eyes. You truly are inspirational, and I hope I can meet a man my age like you. ! May continued blessings and love to you and your beautiful family. Many continued blessings and love to you and your beautiful family. And thank you very much. Now I'm going to tell you now. Sometimes I hear people say, Tony, I want to meet a man like you. Listen, I was not always this man. I grew in my relationship with my wife to become the man that I am. So you got to understand, when you meet a man, he's not going to be, every single thing. You just got to make sure he's not, deal breaking things. But it's going to be a couple of tweaks that still got to be made now. Now, see, listen, this right here is kind of like, now this still happens, but not as often. And what I mean by this is, if you're 50 years old, you're 13 years older than me, and so you probably were born in 1970. So you're born in 1970, or 71. That's not that, it's like not like 1940. And the 70s, you still young in the sense of like, and realistically speaking, I know I be calling 25-year-olds old as Methuselah, but that just be situational. But you're still young at 50, especially if the Lord gonna give you 80 years. If you're blessed to see 80, we promised 70, which is 70. But, when you look at your genetics and stuff in the life you live, if everything goes as planned, so you're still relatively young. It's all relative. But this is how relationships really were in those struggle days. Because when you coming up, in the 70s and 80s, everything it still ain't right now. So the relationships, they was like, listen, we got to make this thing work. We got to stick together. 2 incomes better than 1. A lot of relationships, are business deals. A lot of relationships, and people always talk about, our family structure was good. Our family structure was straight, after slavery and all of that. It was in the 60s when stuff went down. It's like, just because people were together don't mean they were happy. Because if you wasn't there, I'm guaranteeing you they weren't happy, because I know humans. And I know on the other side of slavery, I understand trauma. And I know good and well the relationships were not happy. And across the board, yeah, you're going to have some happy ones, but that wasn't the norm. I know good and well because I understand humans. And I understand trauma. I understand pain. I understand how we take that into a relationship. So when you use common sense, that's going to let you know it's finna be some issues. But the thing about it is, women didn't have a whole lot of rights, especially black women back in the day, you know, in the 60s, 40s, 30s, 50s, 60s. You know, a lot of black women had to do little jobs that was like handmaids. That's why they got the Handmaid's Tale and The Help. You know, black women was relegated to those type of situations in most cases, and you have a couple exceptions to the rule that break through. You know, like the women who worked up there at NASA that we seen the movie of. You got some exceptions to the rule like that, but for the most part, it was just a little labor intensive work. You're a maid, you're a nanny, you know, you're a cook in the black restaurant. Something like you busting tables, you doing dishes. It was stuff like that. It wasn't a whole bunch of black women that was CEOs and executives and doctors and lawyers like we see today. And so when you look at that, that's why relationships was taught, stay together, stay together, stay together. Like, yes, he cheating, but Susan man cheating too. LaToya man cheating too. Jessica man cheating too. So if you leave Willie, you leave Clifford, Cletus, you let him go, you finna go down the street, and I already know who you finna be with. You finna be with the boy who liked you in high school. But guess what? He cheating on his girlfriend right now too. So you might as well stay where you at. And that was taught. And then people who did not live in that time don't use common sense. They read a book or what somebody's trying to paint this fairy tale, and then they believe that. But when you use common sense, you realize it wasn't no whole bunch of happiness. When you out here being sprayed with hoses and attacked by dogs, and you can't even go in a restaurant you want to go in, and you got certain water fountains you got to eat out of, your situation wasn't all that happy. But you were taught to stay together. You were taught to stay together. And now you younger than my parents, because my daddy was born in 62. And so now mama's 63. And my mama come from Selma, Alabama. That's where I get my accent from, because I was around my mama a lot growing up, and she said her words funny. And I chose to talk like her, and I practiced her accent intentionally, and then by the time I got older, I couldn't shake it. I couldn't talk proper or talk, different. Talk like other people talk. I won't say proper, because that's language created by certain individuals, by certain people. But I couldn't talk like my white school teachers. And so I talked like my grandma. And my grandma probably had 4 different husbands. So my mama got 11 siblings, and they got different daddies. A few of them got different daddies, just little clusters. These 3 got the same daddy. These, got the same daddy. These. So it's 2 or 3 daddies in there, I think. But then even more boyfriends beyond that. My grandma born in 1925. So this a direct example. But she from Alabama. And then my mama and my mama and daddy, they broke up. My dad's mother was murdered when he was 8 years old. Then his dad, and when he said it to me, he said that my dad had to come back home. So what he was saying to me is my parents were broke up, but he don't really talk about it a lot. But I picked up on that. So now his daddy had to come back home. My daddy got 11 siblings. So back in the day, people was having a lot of kids trying. For one, wasn't no Trojan, Magnum, Lifestyle. Wasn't all of that right there now. I don't know when that stuff come around, but even if it was around, it probably wasn't affordable. And everybody, so them kids were coming out left and right. You pop one out, get on your bike tomorrow, boom, you got you another one brewing in there. All right, boom, here go another one coming. So having kids every year. And then how you gonna feed 12 mouths? You got to stay together. She got to do what she got to do to try to work and make a little money. He got to do what he got to do to try to work and make a little money. And then this here, stick it out, tough it out. This man ain't no good. The next man ain't gonna be no good. So just stay there. So this right here, what you describing, is one of those struggle relationships. Today, women making more money, women have more opportunity, women have, more freedom. It still ain't where it need to be all the way, but it's more. So today, women more likely to give a man a butt to kiss because the woman can go and pay for her own bills. The woman could take care of her children herself. Now you got child support. Child support wasn't always a thing. And so now some women, they'll say, okay, I could leave. And when I leave, I give me some child support. In Florida now, the statute on retroactive child support in Florida was enacted in 1998. Therefore, if a child was born before 1998, the amount of back owed child support would not be limited to just 24 months. It was officially launched in 1975. And so, but see, where it was is there's this fear, especially in the black race, of the law. Even today, in 2021, black men especially, will say, you call the law on me. You put the white man in our business. You call them people on me. And that's the narrative. And a lot of women who won't put their man on child support is for that reason. I don't want to call the people on him. I don't want to get the people on him. I don't want the people in the way. And so there's still a very, and rightfully so, a distrust with the law. So therefore, if a woman looks and she sees that if she's had these children, and then I'm talking before your time, I'm talking for your parents, where y'all learned these struggle bus love relationships from, of because we know each other, because we went to school, or because we liked each other, or because we had a crush, we got to just get together, we got to tough it out, we got to make it work. Okay, yeah, we break up, I'm gonna go get pregnant by this man. Okay, you go get this other woman pregnant. Okay, then we gonna come back together. Okay, I'm gonna punch you in the eye on Thursday. All right, Friday you get to hit me in my other eye. Now I hit you in the left eye. You supposed to hit me in my left eye. You done hit me in my right eye. You know that's my good eye. I hit you in the left eye. So now we in these struggle relationships, and it's just like, look, we got to tough it out. We got to stick it out. We got to be there. Because we need to put this income together. We love each other. And now somebody coined the term soul tie. And then your theologians, that is not biblical. It is biblical. It just ain't called soul tie. But the Bible tells you when you lay down with somebody, they take a piece of you. You take a piece of them. You sinning against your own body. That's a soul tie. It just ain't called soul tie. But it's telling you what fornication do. It's telling you what marriage is. And when you divorce, the Bible tells you still married. That woman still married. And that y'all going to become an adulterer. That's a soul tie. It's just not called soul tie. That's where common sense come in. But everybody like to argue semantics. And not even understanding it. The Bible translated from a whole nother language. And so, and we will allow, because we don't see a specific word, and I ain't make up the word, somebody else made up the word, but all it means is you have an emotional bond with this person. And the reason why you have an emotional bond is because of the way the brain works. So when you have an experience with somebody and you talk to them, your brain reacts to that. If they make you happy, if they make you sad, if they make you mad, your brain is releasing chemicals into your bloodstream. This communication happens every day. Your brain is becoming hardwired to need this type of release from this person. So now when you try to leave this person, your mind, the subconscious mind, plays the images, the memories over and over and over and over. And that is also in your conscious mind. So now your conscious mind is just repeating what it has saw. That's why you can have a vision of something that happened to you from the past on a random day. Your mind just recollects past events. It replays them. It stores it as data in your brain. So now when you get ready to leave something, and this, listen, I didn't read this in nobody's book. I ain't read this in nobody's book. I ain't take this in nobody's class. I'm just explaining to you in articulating the way I know the brain work. You see what I'm saying? And I'm explaining to you in a different way of what soul tie should mean. I don't know what the creator of the word soul tie mean. I'm telling you what it means to me. So now you tied to this person in memory, and your brain is craving the release. So anything you do, your body has a reaction. When you drink water, your body has a reaction. If you drink 8 glasses of water and then you try to go a day without water, you're going to get a headache because your brain is not able to release the chemicals into your bloodstream and pump and flow the way it has become, your body has become accustomed to flowing. So now you get dehydrated, you get a headache because your body don't have what it needs. That headache is your alarm saying to you, you need some water, you need some food, you need some sleep. Your brain is getting depleted. It's running thin. That's why your head hurting, because the blood not circulating and pumping as good as it need to, because your body don't have the fuel that it needs. So the same thing happens with the brain when you deal with somebody in a relationship. But it's even more bonding when it's toxic, because of those chemicals and those thoughts and those feelings, you have this traumatic bond. So now you get used to that treatment. But what happens is, because the treatment made you feel less than, and the treatment made you feel unloved, you crave the person more. If you have a real connection to them or history with them, you crave the person more because you are seeking their approval. So now it's not love that you have for the person. It is self-hate. Because you don't know who you are and because you don't love yourself, you crave the attention and the approval and the praise of this person who is putting you down and making you feel less than. Now think about this on the other side. When you have somebody that is good to you, you take advantage of them. You take advantage of them because you know they're always going to be there and they're always going to serve you, and you take them for granted. So this is the thing. You have to think about this, because and this happens. Now, I don't take people for granted who do right by me. Really think about it. Really think about it. How much gratitude do you show? When the last time you got them a handwritten card? When the last time you got them a for nothing gift? For what they doing in your life, for how they are serving you or there for you. When the last time you've done more than just say thank you so much? When you went down and got you a Hallmark card. Okay, why you don't get a card every week? It's just 99 cents a week. Why you don't get a rose every week? Huh? Because you accustomed to your mama watching your kids. So why you don't bring her a new pair of shoes every month? Why you don't bring her favorite meal to her at least once a week? Because you accustomed to her doing for you and being there for you, you take her for granted. But this man that curses you out, that cheats on you occasionally, that calls you overweight, that talk down to you, you is sucking and ducking. You thought I don't cuss. You sucking and ducking and jiving, trying to win his approval and affection. So now you doing something strange for a little piece of change because you want him to love you more. You going to the strip club with this man. You doing threesome with this man. You loan this man money. You doing all swallowing kids. You doing the wildest stuff trying to win his love. But then when somebody loves you and they there for you and they sacrifice for you, you take them for granted. We all do this. This is human nature. This human nature. I listened to a book and it said, listen, if you are expecting gratitude from a human, you will be disappointed. Do you know when people do something nice for me, in my people I know in my life personally, it's typically when I talk to them about what this other person did not show gratitude. When I do that right there, that's when this person think, oh, Tony did this for me. Tony did that for me. Man, let me go do something to say thank you. And I ain't even want that. I ain't even want it, but it hit them like, oh, I ain't showed no real gratitude. And then something, all you need is a thank you. Yeah, because you ain't doing nothing for nobody. So a thank you sound amazing to you because the little that you doing, man, listen, when you really is sacrificing and giving, you want more than just a little thank you. You want your little card or something. You know, like my guy who he watched these videos. My guy sent me some and I don't know him personally. He sent me gift cards. It's like that right there. That's gratitude. He didn't have to do that. That thing hit me. I'm like, whoa. So this is the thing. We don't show gratitude to the people that love us, but then the people that treat us bad, people that don't want us, God forget I lost my voice right now. People that don't want us, oh, we chasing them. We want them. We want them bad. Oh, we want them so bad. Please, give me another chance. Please, come on now, be with me. Give me another chance. Come on now. Oh, we want them so bad. So listen, this is the thing. You done blocked them. You done moved on. All that right there, you doing the right thing. You doing the right thing. Now, you told me about... Now, this actually, she didn't ask me a question. She actually, it's like the letter earlier. She just was telling me her story. She just... And her title is I Lost Myself for Too Long. But she ain't got a single question in here. She actually don't have a question. But I'm just addressing this to explain this what a lot of people going through. A struggle bus relationship that when you get to the root of it, you staying because of what you saw or what you was told by your mama or your daddy or your environment, your upbringing. And now you devaluing yourself and you don't understand your worth and who you are. So you stay in this relationship because you like, listen, this is all I got. I don't want to start all over. Nobody else gonna love me. It's gonna be hard. I'm gonna end up lonely and single when I got somebody I know that I'm familiar with, I'm comfortable with. I could drop it like it's hot. And yes, it's gonna be cold and stale sometimes. But it just still, I know this person. And so you stay. Not realizing that when you find the strength to walk away, it's so much better on the other side. Just your individual peace is better than being with that in that struggle bus relationship. Just your individual peace. Not even needing another person. Not even your next relationship. Just your peace of being single. When you shift your mindset and you understand that what you had was not love, that it was not love, but it was self-hate. It was you not loving yourself, cherishing yourself, knowing yourself, so you settle for this person. So you got to understand that right there. And when you get to that place and you understand that, then you're like, okay, I see. Now it's making sense. Hey, so I want you to think about this. Anybody listen to this and ask yourself, if you're in a relationship, are you in a relationship that's healthy, that's serving you, that's growing you, that's benefiting you emotionally, spiritually, some type of physically? It don't have to be physical, and physical don't have to be in the bed. Physical just could be hugging. Physical could be a kiss. That physical could be a foot rub, a hand hold. Is this thing growing you and benefiting you and serving you? And the relationship as a whole, are you serving your partner? Is your partner serving you? Are you happy? Are you healthy? Yeah, you're going to have bad days. Yeah, you're going to have disagreements. Yeah, you're going to go through little stuff. But overall, are you happy? And if you're not, why are you holding on? Where did you get these struggle lessons from? Where did you see this? What part of your life taught you to stay in this here struggle relationship? Sometimes you got to be in a struggle in life and your finances or what have you, but even then you working to get out of it. So in your relationship, why you not working to get out of it if it's no good? Now, if you're in a relationship and you want to kind of get a little idea how your relationship doing, go to my site, relationshipcredit.com. Relationshipcredit.com. Okay, go on over there now. Go on over there. And when you answering, what you got to do now, you got to make sure, because somebody said she had a 0. I was like, is that possible? But then I thought about it. If you answer them bad, you're going to be losing the points that you just gained from a good answer. So yeah, you can be at 0. We need to have that thing going to the negative so you can see how negative it is. But when you go to relationshipcredit.com, make sure that your answer that you select is actually inputted in the box before you hit the next question. And just see where your relationship at. And then if you need to get going and it's time to go, or you done left and you trying to get over it, then make sure you get on TonyGastonAcademy.com and join us in this here course, Moving On, because we got some more live calls. The live call is actually probably the live call actually gonna be 9 p.m. So yeah, live call will be, I don't know what time this video will go up, but if you watching this video at 9 and you're in the course Moving On, you just missed the live call. All right, you can listen to the recording. Don't write in with no foolishness. And now, if you just watch this video, that means you're not in the course Moving On. If you're trying to move on from your last relationship or your current one. Hey, this is Tony Gaskins. I got to get going. Got to coach. God bless you. We'll talk soon.